Hi guys, welcome back or welcome if you're new. My name is Tiana and I am the maker behind Also Stitched, and today we have a market recap. First I want to apologize for the way I sound. I'm very sick. Well, I'm not sick at the moment, but I'm still recovering. I'm still a bit of congested, so I apologize for the way I sound. Technically the market I am recapping is the reason why I got so sick. This market happened last Wednesday and today is Thursday, the 5th of June. I know I'm running late with this market recap. Also, at the same time, I started a weekly vlog, which I will be filming after this just to finish that vlog, because I do have some footage of me prepping for this market, but unfortunately I couldn't prep for the market on Sunday because I got sick very bad and I had to cancel market on Sunday. But I still have some haul that I would like to share, and I do have a big market news that I will share in that video, so stay tuned. So the market that happened on Wednesday was my regular uni market, which I didn't do for over a month now because it's very cold and it was rainy a couple of times and I had to cancel it. This time it was just really cold, which probably got me sick, but before that market my daughter was also sick at home with the same symptoms. We are not sure if it was just flu or COVID. I didn't test myself, I couldn't care, but it was hard. It was hard enough for me to cancel markets, to spend a couple of days not doing anything, and yeah, I'm still recovering and I still feel very weak and congested. That market is usually very long market for me because I'm there from 7 till 4 and it was very cold. I mean, day temperatures were 18 Celsius, which it's not cold if you're in the sun, but we are in between buildings in the shade on a concrete floor with no sun, and it is like a kind of wind tunnel. So yeah, it was really cold. I was freezing all day and it got to me next day. But still, it was a really good market day, and I still want to let you know what I sold because I sold quite a lot actually. It wasn't huge amount of sales, but it was good sales. Uni markets are never very busy because students are not around all the time. It's busy in the morning when they're all arriving to the uni, it's busy during lunch, and in the afternoon when everyone is leaving or coming to the afternoon classes. So I had a lot of quiet time and I managed to finish my blanket finally, which I was making this blanket on my market because it helps me stay warm, because it was at a point that it is huge already and I can cover myself while I'm working on it. So I just want to share with you. This is my blanket. You won't be able to see the full size. It is the lap size. It is finished with the border. Here, it is done already with the border. That's what I like about this design. It is the braided wheat stitch by Brianna K Designs. I really enjoyed working on this pattern. It is a unique stitch and it goes really quickly. I already talked about this in my whips video, so if you wanna go and have a look in the yarn I've used, it's really nice yarn and this is really nice, soft and squishy, and I'm happy to have it finished. That was the good side about that market. They are very long and slow, so I get to do things like that. So like I said, that is my fortnightly market at University of Wollongong. This was the last market for the semester. Now we are into the winter break. The next market will be end of July when the new semester starts. So the fun fact about this market is it was very slow with the customers and the sales, but the good thing is my new things were selling. The reason for that is it is mostly the same students that are visiting me every single market, and I need to have new things because they get bored looking at the same things all the time. So what I've noticed, all my new things were selling this time. I'm gonna insert you a footage before and after. I didn't film at all at this market. I only have a footage before and after just so you can see what sold, what not. And from the before footage there are already 4 pieces missing, which I sold before I even set up, because there are 3 girls that are visiting me every time and they were there before I even unpacked all my bags. So at that time I only had 1 bag out with the new things. One of them has been looking in my duck with a floaty for past couple of markets. Sometimes I was sold out, sometimes she couldn't afford it, and this time she came and she said, "Oh, you're back," and I was like, "Yeah, nice to see you. Oh, are you here for duck with a floaty? Because I have one in stock this time." them and showed her, and she was like, yeah, it's finally time for me to get one. So she got her duck with a floaty and swing animals. Yes, all three of them bought one swing animal, so that's what you're not gonna see in this footage. But let me first roll the footage before so you can see my new setup, because this time I decided to go with 3 tables and no clothes because I was running very low on my t-shirts and it was very cold to sell t-shirts, so I couldn't be bothered to bring them. So let's just run the footage. So now from the before and after you can already tell what's sold if you have noticed the big piece missing, but we'll talk about that later. So that girl first bought a duck with a floaty and she bought chick on the swing, and 2 other friends, one bought turtle on the swing and the other one bought penguin on the swing. I have to say that swing animals were my best sellers and they got the most attention. Well, not the most. I'm gonna tell you later which plushie got the most attention, but swing animals were definitely bestseller this time. So my next sale was a possum. That is also a new plushie I made in last month. You saw it in my weekly makes, and I sold him for $25. I forgot to mention my swing animals, I'm selling them for $25. Same with the opossum. Next, I sold 2 jellyfish pop-ups, which I was shocked. I thought my mushrooms would go first, but I didn't sell any of the mushroom pop-ups. I did sold 2 of my jellyfish pop-ups. I don't know, I'm not sure if it's the color or the tentacles or whatever. They just draw attention to customers and everyone was like fidgeting with it and find it cute. So yeah, I sold 2 of those, and I sold quite a lot of flowers. I sold 5 roses and 1 pink tulip, and all my flowers were bought by young men, and I find that really nice and cute, and it's nice to see men buying flowers for their loved ones, family members, moms, whoever. I just really like to see that. I apologize for the way I sound. I'm actually struggling to speak now, but I have to push through this. I sold one mini kitten. It was the variegated pink one, and that was for a lady who talked to me about her 9-year-old daughter starting crocheting. So we were just chatting about her, and I actually told her that I'm making YouTube videos and suggested her daughter to learn more just from watching other people crocheting on YouTube. And yeah, that was really nice to talk to her, and yeah, that was cute. And she bought a little kitten just to encourage her daughter to start working on plushies. I also sold one of my regular size white chicken. These chickens are selling really good. I priced them at $25 and they're a really good seller for me. I also sold my new cat. You remember I showed you this cat and talked about it, the calico cat. I wasn't sure if it's worth working on it because they do take a lot more time than just the loaf cat, but they were the only cat to sell. Even though I had a lot of new colors in the loaf cats and I lowered down the prices, but this cat caught his eye and he just couldn't say no. So yeah, my calico cat was sold. I will probably make more of those, but I can't bulk make them because they do take a long time and I didn't enjoy with all those color changes through the body and everything. Ears and tail, there was a lot in that cat, so I'll see when I will make next one. I also sold my new seahorse. That was the first and only one I made. I wanted just to test the waters if anyone would even be interested in buying a seahorse. And the lady who bought it, she was just straight to the seahorse. She just pointed it and said, "I would like this, please." I'm like, "Oh, that's cute, thank you," because no one actually paid attention to that seahorse, but she was actually drawn to it, and it was like a quick purchase for her. And then after I sold a mallard on the swing, axolotl on the swing, and one Remy. Remy, any rat or Remy is always a seller. I sell my rats for $30 and Remy for $35 just for that hat. I also sold one mini whale. Mini whales are just a simple, quick and easy $15 plushie and they are selling really good for me. And one plushie did get the most attention and I actually thought I'm gonna sell it, but I didn't, which is fine because I feel like 3 of them asked me when I will be there next time because they are getting their paycheck next week and they wanted to buy it. It was Mama Stingray with the plushie. I decided to offer Mama Stingray with the plushie just because that's what was getting the most attention. Every time someone came and saw a huge stingray on the table, they were like, "Oh my god, look at this stingray." And then I would say there is a baby inside and they will pick it up and be shocked to see mouth open and baby inside, and that was the best part for everyone. So I actually have 3 potential customers that might come back next market if it's still available until then, because I do have a couple of big markets till then. Anyway, I'm just gonna remake it because it was the plushie that got the most attention to my booth. Even Pyrie, who was top bronze center, didn't draw that much attention as the Mama Stingray did. I decided to price Mama Stingray for $98, including the baby. I usually sell babies for $20, so altogether I decided to go for $98. And as you have seen in the before and after footage, I've sold Toothless again. It is something that I cannot keep up with. You remember that last time I had the one that lasted me for actually 6 months just because it was with the small brown eyes, and then it sold eventually. And then I made the new one with the green eyes. This was his first market actually, and it was sold. It was sold within seconds. The girl who bought it, she just came, looked at it, picked it up, check on him, check the price, and said, "I'm gonna take this." And I was like, "Oh wow, that was quick." I'm not sure if she was walking around, maybe noticing a few times, because I don't pay attention to all the customers walking around because I'm crocheting or knitting or something like that. But that was a quick decision she made. I sell my toothless for $150, and for sure I will be making another one. That was from Red Mills Crochet. Or should I try the new standing one from Snuggle Beans Crochet? I think I'm still gonna make it in the Modavira blanket because they do get bigger out of that yarn, but at the same time that yarn is very heavy on my hands and it's gonna take me a while to make it. But I feel like I'm just gonna go with the new pattern just to give myself a change, because I've already made 3 of those and I want to change, so we'll see. Maybe I'll make two. Actually I know I won't, because stay tuned for my next video, because I'm gonna announce a huge market I'm doing, guys. This is actually a really big market for me. I'm at a panic mode at the moment. At the same time, I'm in a bit of a pain and I can't work as much as I want to, because I'm still recovering from this sickness and I'm very weak in my body. But I have a huge market coming very soon and I'm panicking, so stay tuned for the next week where I will be announcing that market. So yeah, I will have to make another toothless next week for sure. Okay, so that was all the plushes I sold this time. It wasn't a lot, it was only 19 plushes, and that was $616, which is not bad just for crochet. My total transactions for the day were 27 transactions and 29 items sold, which brings my total of the day to $1,069. Out of those $1,069, 616 were crochet. The rest was, I had some embroidery bags there, I had my Kindle covers, I had my hair accessories with me. So I did get other sales, not just crochet. So my total for the day was $1,069, which is a lot. I've never had such a good markets at uni markets, but I don't know what's changed. I can tell that it is the plushes that are selling the most, but still my other things are also doing really good. So I'm not gonna complain. The uni markets for this year were really good, really successful. My market stall fee is only 20 Australian dollars plus parking, which is $10, $30 in total. It's not too bad. This is a cheap market for me, and it is in the middle of the week. It's on Wednesday. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next semester. It's gonna be nicer weather going into spring and towards Christmas season. So yeah, I think these markets are gonna continue be good markets for me this year. At the moment, these are the markets that I will continue doing, unlike any others that I have dropped, because it's hard to keep up with stock. Speaking of stock, at the moment I'm sitting at $5,500, which is great. So yeah, that's all from this market. I apologize for taking me so long to film this. It was a lot. I still don't feel 100%. Stay tuned for the next video where I will be showing you new Modavira yarn, new colors they have released from Spotlight, and we'll talk about the future plans for new markets that are coming. Stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting!